Stop. Before you sign that lease renewal or accept that out-of-state job offer, you need to watch this video first. Because most people pick where to live based on where they grew up, where their company is headquartered, or honestly, just where their friends ended up. And that's exactly how working professionals end up burning 40% of their paycheck on rent, sitting in soul-crushing commutes, and wondering why their salary looks great on paper but feels like nothing in their bank account. In this video, I'm going to break down the 10 best states to live in right now if you're a working professional. And I'm not just talking about low taxes or pretty weather. I'm talking about salary to cost of living ratios, job market depth, career growth ecosystems, quality of life, and the real lifestyle you can actually afford. And I'll tell you this right now, the number one state on this list is going to surprise you. It surprised me too when the data came in. Stay until the end, because I'll also reveal the one state almost everyone overlooks that consistently tops professional satisfaction surveys. Let's get into it. Quick note before we dive in, I rank these states using 5 weighted criteria. Job market strength, not just jobs available, but career trajectory, jobs cost of living versus median salary, what your money actually buys, income tax burden, how much the state takes infrastructure and commute quality, your daily lived experience, quality of life, healthcare, safety, outdoor access, culture. These aren't random picks. This is data-backed, professional-focused, and updated for 2026 realities, including remote work flexibility, post-pandemic migration patterns, and where industries are actually expanding. Alright, let's count it down. Starting with number 10. Tennessee. Now I know what you're thinking. Nashville? Isn't that just for country music fans and bachelorette parties? Stick with me. Tennessee made this list for one big reason. Zero state income tax combined with a genuinely booming professional economy. Nashville specifically has become a magnet for healthcare, tech, and finance professionals. Oracle moved its global HQ here. Amazon has a massive operations hub here. And the healthcare industry, anchored by HCA, employs tens of thousands of hiring professionals. The lifestyle? You get a real city with world-class food, a music scene that's actually electric, and easy access to outdoor recreation within an hour's drive. The honest downside: Tennessee's summers are brutal. And if you're coming from a coastal city, the cultural shift is real. But for sheer dollar-stretching power as a professional, Tennessee punches above its weight. Drop a comment right now. Have you ever considered moving to a state purely for tax reasons? I'm genuinely curious. Number 9. North Carolina. This one has been quietly climbing every professional ranking for 5 years straight. Here's the thing about North Carolina that most people miss. It's actually 2 professional ecosystems in one state. You've got Charlotte, which is a serious banking and finance hub. Bank of America is headquartered here. If you're in finance, accounting, or corporate services, Charlotte is underrated. Then you've got the Research Triangle, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, which is one of the most dense concentrations of biotech, pharma, and tech talent in the entire country. Companies like Red Hat, SAS Institute, and Biogen have major presences here. And you've got UNC, Duke, and NC State feeding the talent pipeline. What makes North Carolina special is that you get big city professional opportunities at median city cost of living. Your rent in Raleigh buys you what San Francisco would charge $4,000 a month for. Number 8. Minnesota. And yes, I hear you already. But the winters? Here's the thing nobody tells you about Minnesota. It has more Fortune 500 company headquarters per capita than almost any other state in the country. If you're a professional in healthcare, consumer goods, retail, or manufacturing, Minnesota isn't just a good option. It's a career launchpad. The Minneapolis Metro is clean, functional, well-designed, and has one of the best light rail systems in the Midwest. The art scene is incredible. Prince wasn't wrong about Minneapolis. And the outdoor recreation in summer is genuinely beautiful. Thousands of lakes isn't a tourism slogan. It's just true. Yes, the winters are harsh. But Minnesotans have built an entire culture around embracing it. And if you dress right, you adapt faster than you think. The trade-off? Income tax is on the higher side. But the salaries at those Fortune 500 companies tend to compensate. Number 7. Colorado. And this one's for the professionals who refuse to choose between career and lifestyle. Denver has transformed over the last decade into a legitimate tech and aerospace hub. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and Boeing all have major operations here. The tech sector has exploded, particularly in cybersecurity, SaaS, and clean energy. But here's what separates Colorado from other professional markets. The quality of life is the actual selling point. You're 45 minutes from world-class ski resorts. You have access to 53 14ers, mountains over 14,000 feet. The craft beer scene is top tier. The food scene has leveled up dramatically. And that 300-plus days of sunshine stat? It hits differently when you've lived through a gray Midwestern winter. Quick, I want you to comment. Would you take a $10,000 salary cut to live somewhere with this kind of outdoor access? No judgment. I genuinely want to know where you stand. The honest challenge with Colorado? Housing costs have risen sharply. Denver is no longer cheap. But compared to California or New York for the lifestyle you're getting, the math still works. Number 6. Georgia. And this is the one coastal professionals keep sleeping on. Georgia. Specifically Atlanta. Atlanta is doing something that very few American cities have managed. It's building a multi-industry professional ecosystem simultaneously. Delta Air Lines is headquartered here. So are Coca-Cola, NCR, and Global Payments. The tech sector has grown massively. Microsoft, Salesforce, and Google all have significant Atlanta operations. And then, there's the film and media industry, which has made Georgia the Hollywood of the South, employing thousands of professionals in production, marketing, and logistics. The Beltline, Atlanta's urban trail system, has genuinely transformed neighborhoods and made the city far more walkable than its reputation suggests. The network effects here are real. Atlanta's Black professional community is one of the most powerful career ecosystems in the country. And HBCUs like Morehouse, Spelman, and Clark Atlanta feed a talent pipeline that companies actively recruit from. Summers are hot. Traffic can be rough. But the professional upside in Atlanta in 2026 is significant. Hey, real quick before we get into the top 5. If you're watching this because you're actually planning a move or evaluating job offers across states, I want you to do one thing right now. Subscribe and hit the bell. Because after this video, I'm dropping a full breakdown of the worst states for working professionals in 2026. And some of those states are going to shock you. States where salaries look competitive, but the true cost of living quietly destroys your wealth. You don't want to miss that one. Okay, top 5. This is where it gets really good. Number 5, Washington. For tech professionals specifically, this is arguably the most important state on this list. Let me be direct. If you work in tech and you're not seriously considering Washington State, you are leaving money on the table. No state income tax. Combined with some of the highest tech salaries in the country, anchored by Amazon and Microsoft, means your effective take-home pay is dramatically higher than equivalent roles in states with 5 to 10% income tax. The Seattle tech ecosystem isn't just Amazon and Microsoft anymore. Expedia is headquartered here. Zillow, T-Mobile. There are hundreds of funded startups and scale-ups building real careers. The quality of life, Pacific Northwest forests, water access, The food scene is exceptional. The honest challenges are the cost of housing. Seattle has gotten expensive, and the rainfall. But professionals who move here tend to stay. One underrated move? Consider Bellevue or Redmond instead of Seattle proper. Lower rent, same job access, and frankly a very high quality of life. Number 4, Florida. And this might be the most transformative professional story of the last 5 years. Florida has always had the tax advantage. No state income tax. But what's changed dramatically is the professional ecosystem catching up to match. Miami is no longer just a tourism and real estate story. Citadel, one of the world's most powerful hedge funds, moved its headquarters from Chicago to Miami. Goldman Sachs has a major presence. An entire wave of finance, private equity, and fintech professionals has migrated here, and with them, a full support ecosystem of legal, accounting, and professional services. Tampa, meanwhile, has become one of the fastest-growing metros for young professionals in the country. Lower cost of living than Miami, a booming healthcare and finance sector, and a lifestyle that blends urban energy with coastal access. The downsides? Hurricane risk is real and has to be factored into your financial planning. And Florida summers are genuinely intense. But for a working professional who wants to maximize net income while living in a warm, growing, dynamic environment, Florida in 2026 is a serious contender. Number 3, Virginia. And this is the professional powerhouse that gets consistently underestimated, specifically Northern Virginia. Here's what makes Virginia categorically different from every other state on this list: the federal government adjacency. If you work in tech, cybersecurity, defense, intelligence, consulting, or policy, Northern Virginia is effectively the highest density professional market in the country for those fields. The security clearance ecosystem alone generates billions in career opportunities. Capital One is headquartered here. AWS runs its massive cloud infrastructure through this region. Booz Allen, Leidos, SIC, and MITRE are all anchored here. And Amazon's headquarters too has added 25,000 plus high-paying jobs and counting. At DC-level salaries, Virginia tax rates, manageable, and a more affordable housing market than DC proper. And you have one of the strongest professional value propositions in the eastern United States. Number 2, Texas. The state that has actively poached more companies from California and New York than any other in the country. The Texas professional story in 2026 is about optionality. You have not one, but 4 distinct major professional markets. Austin, tech, creative, startups, music, university talent. Dallas-Fort Worth, finance, telecom, healthcare, logistics, corporate HQs. Houston, energy, petrochemicals, aerospace, international business. San Antonio, military, cybersecurity, healthcare, growing tech presence. No state income tax, combined with a cost of living that, while rising, still dramatically undercuts coastal markets, means professionals moving to Texas frequently report feeling wealthier within 12 months of arriving. Not richer on paper. Actually wealthier in practice. The challenges are real. Summer heat is extreme, public transportation is minimal, and property taxes are higher than average. But the career upside and the financial freedom that comes with zero state income tax? That's why Texas keeps winning this race. Number 1, Utah. I know. I can feel the skepticism through the screen. But stay with me for 60 seconds, because the data on Utah for working professionals is almost unfair. Here's why Utah wins this list in 2026. The career ecosystem is now legitimate. The Silicon Slopes corridor, running from Salt Lake City to Provo, has become a genuine top 10 tech hub in the United States. Adobe has a massive campus here. Microsoft, Google, Goldman Sachs opened a tech hub here. Qualtrics went public from here. This isn't a secondary market anymore. The financial math is exceptional. You're earning tech-competitive salaries at a cost of living that is meaningfully lower than Seattle, Denver, or Austin. Your dollar stretches further here than in almost any comparable market. The quality of life is objectively outstanding. You are 45 minutes from world-class skiing at Park City in Alta. You have 5 national parks within a day's drive: Zion, Bryce, Arches, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef. The air quality in the valley has improved. The food scene has grown up. The startup culture has built genuine community. The professional satisfaction data is real. Utah consistently ranks at the top of well-being and work-life balance surveys for working professionals. Not because people are forced to be happy, but because the density of outdoors access, the genuine community feel, and the economic opportunity compound in a way that's unusual. Is it for everyone? No. If you need a coast or a megacity density, Utah won't satisfy that. And the state income tax exists, flat 4.85%. But for a working professional optimizing for career trajectory plus financial independence plus quality of daily life, Utah is the most complete package on this list right now. Here's my challenge to you right now. Drop in the comments, did Utah surprise you? And what state would you have put at number 1? I read every single comment on this channel, and I'll respond to as many as I can. Here's the thing about choosing where to live as a working professional. Most people get this decision wrong. Not because they're uninformed, but because they're using the wrong information. They're looking at salary. They're not looking at net salary after state income tax. They're looking at rent. They're not looking at commute cost, time cost, and lifestyle cost. This channel exists to give you the full picture, so you can make decisions that actually build wealth and career momentum at the same time. If this video gave you something useful, a new idea, a state you hadn't considered, a framework you're going to use, do one thing for me. Hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification. Because I'm dropping a video next week that covers the worst states for working professionals in 2026. And I'll tell you right now, some of the states people flock to because of reputation are quietly some of the worst places to actually build a professional life. You're going to want to see that before you make any decisions. And if you're watching this and you're thinking about international relocation, not just interstate, I've got a full series on the best countries for working professionals. Check out that playlist right up here. I'll see you in the next one.